Hey everyone, welcome to Rosador's Pokemon Shenanigans, and we're about to take a ride down memory lane as we circle back to Generation 1. Cubone's a good boy, so he deserves a run. Taking a look at Cubone's stats, our defense is pretty good for a first form Pokemon, but everything else is pretty bleh and we're very slow. Oh, and because it's Generation 1, special is attack and defense combined, so special attacks are going to be a consistent problem throughout the course of this run, especially ones that are super effective against us. Speaking of attacks, we don't get an actual attacking move until level 10, so we'll be growling at cocoons until we learn Bone Club. Once we learn Bone Club, we can knock out the optional bug catchers and then take on Brock. Figure it's better safe than sorry, and we should be around the level of his team by that point anyway. And while the level up moves are kind of underwhelming, in stark contrast, we get a lot of really great stuff here. Body Slam we can get on the SS, and definitely grabbing that. Earthquake is going to be our best move for sure. Dig does have the same base power as Earthquake in Generation 1, but we can actually get TM26 very early. All I gotta do is beat Giovanni at the game corner, clear out Lavender Tower, then we can make a beeline for the 10th floor at Silphco, and we've got our GOAT move. And while Dig is great, I don't think I'll bother teaching it since we're just going to replace it with Earthquake, and I like having a Pokemon who can use Dig outside of battle. We do get some pretty sweet special attacks like Ice Beam, Blizzard, and Fire Blast. We won't be great with them, but I do appreciate the type coverage. And as usual, standard Pokemon challenge rules apply. Cubone only in battle. I can use HM Pokemon outside of battle because we kinda need that to beat the game. And of course, no items in battle. The only exception to that is that I'll need to catch something that can learn Fly, because we can get Charmander who gets Cut, Dig, and Strength, and Squirtle gets Surf. So we're not gonna really need to catch anything else. And believe it or not, starting out with only Growl and thus automatically losing our first rival battle turns out not to be such a bad thing. Our rival's evolution, which he'll have at Silphco onward, is determined by what happens here at the beginning. In normal playthroughs, if we beat our rival in the first battle, and then in the optional fight west of Viridian, he'll have Jolteon. Defeating him and then not fighting him in the optional battle gives him Flareon, and losing the very first battles gives us Vaporeon. So knowing that we're guaranteed to have the toughest evolution is pretty sweet. And Vapes is not only super effective against us, but it has a massive HP pool and pretty good special. And our little Growl Marathon gives me footage to talk about all this, and I figure, hey, if I have to suffer through it, you're gonna suffer along with me. Since we only need to hit level 10, we should only need to do this one time because we can buy potions from the Pokemart at Viridian City, and as long as we don't encounter Pidgeotto, I did that a lot actually, we'll be fine. We could go after Pidgey or Caterpie if we wanted to, but it's best to just fight Metapod since it can't fight back. In Gen 1, enemy mons never run out of power points, so it's perfectly safe to use up all 40 Growls and then run away and go fight another Cocoon. And once we get Bone Club, not only are we going to fight the bug catchers, we will go ahead and take out the Light Years trainer here in Brock's gym. His Diglett and Sandshrew are 2 levels lower than they are in Red and Blue, so great XP for us. A Bone Club is a 65 base power move with 85 accuracy that can cause flinching, and with the same type attack bonus, it's going to be a little bit over 90, so pretty nice. Combine that with our high defense, and Brock's Geodude, although it can only ever use Tackle, doesn't know Defense Curl in this game being lower level. We could take it out lickety-split, no problem. Onix being faster did have me a bit worried because going for Bide, and then if it's 2-turn, we lose. So after a few turns of playing the Growl Lottery, I'm like, alright, you know what, we're going to attack, and we take him out pretty easily. And we hit level 13 along the way, learn Tail Whip, which will actually be kind of useful. All said and done here, we can go and get Mega Punch from Mount Moon, which we'll have up until, the next time we see us on screen here, which is going to be Cerulean City, because we'll have Headbutt. It's a little bit weaker, but it's 100 accuracy. Here in Cerulean, we'll start off by heading behind the house, going to that guy's yard without his permission, and snagging candy, which he probably left out for his own child, but hey, if it's outside, finders keepers, right? We want nothing to do with Misty right now, so we're going to fight Rival 2. Now, because Spearow is faster, it has plenty of time to use Growl and Leer, which it does a couple of times. And our damage, you can see, is going down bit by bit thanks to Growl. Spearow does eventually use Fury Attack, and of course crits us. Any multi-hit move in Gen 1 that crits the first hit, all of them will crit. Now, for Sandshrew, we have Water Gun. TM12 is available inside of Mount Moon. It's the only game where Water Gun is a TM. But even with Sandshrew being weak to it, it doesn't deal a lot of damage, and Sandshrew does like Sand Attack. 2 accuracy drops ain't good. The case in point here, out comes Rattata. We take 15 damage off a Hyper Fang, and we do miss our headbutt. Here I'm thinking we're going to go for Bone Club because it's stronger. Our accuracy is down anyway, so what the heck. And you see it on screen, we miss every subsequent attack until we're taken down by quick attack. I would personally say that overall, this fight is actually harder in Red and Blue, one of the few fights that is more difficult in the original games. But to offset that, not only does Sandshrew have Sand Attack, Eevee has Sand Attack. So even if you do get by the Sandshrew without getting blasted and having your accuracy ruined, Eevee can do it, and you'll lose just as well. Still though, this fight's not too bad for us. This time we take down Spearow, only losing 17 health. Thanks to a critical water gun, Sandshrew is a 2-shot and we don't get hit by Sand Attack, love to see it. Rattata crits us, but no problem, Bone Club Headbutt takes it down. And Eevee wastes time with status reductions, and we're able to 3-shot it as a result. Nice clean victory. So we're gonna make a beeline for the SSN, grab Body Slam, and rest 2, just in case we need it, you never know. And then we'll have to fight Rival 3 there. He will have barely leveled up, and we've gotten a few level ups since then, so I think this is going to go much better, especially with Body Slam. 85 base power with a 30% chance to paralyze, yeah, pretty sweet move. Case in point, Spearow goes down in 2 shots despite Growl. And Rattata, it's Raticate in Red and Blue, another fight that's actually tougher in the original games, goes down to 2 Body Slams, only taking off 5 health from us. Next out comes Sandshrew, crits us with Slash, but we 2-shot it with Water Gun. Next up is Eevee. We'll go ahead and use Tail Whip to lower its defense, and thankfully it misses with Sand Attack. We're going to follow up with Body Slam and do some pretty sweet damage. Second Body Slam brings him low. Eevee goes for Growl, but too little too late. The follow-up Body Slam takes him down. Now, at the start, I did say I'm not going to teach Cubone Dig, and I'm still not going to. It would be a bit better against Misty. But again, we're going to get Earthquake soon, so we're going to go into this fight using Body Slam. Let's see if that's the right call. Well, Misty goes for X defense, Staryu survives, but we paralyze it off a Body Slam, so we're going to be faster and finish it off. And as Starmie comes out, of course it is faster, doesn't deal as much damage as I thought it would with Water Gun, and Body Slam does pretty good damage, even with the X defense, brings it to red health, but we get crit by Water Gun. See, we would have won that fight there were it not for that crit, so yeah, we got this. It'll take another try because Starmie is extremely powerful, especially for this early in the game. And without that X defense, Staryu is a 1-shot with Body Slam. Starmie comes out, hits us with Bubble Beam, drops our speed, but our Body Slam paralyzes and we are faster. Honestly, I'm surprised with our speed drop. The follow-up Body Slam takes it down. See, told you we didn't need Dig for this fight. Now, as we go back down to Vermilion City and fight Lieutenant Surge, which is going to be extremely easy. Yeah, he has Mega Punch and Mega Kick on Raichu, but our defense is good, and his best move is Thunderbolt, which doesn't affect us. So, let's talk some strategy and planning here. After we defeat Lieutenant Surge, we're going to go through Rock Tunnel, because we have to. Not going to be a problem, because we can pretty much fight everything in there effectively. And then the second we get out of Rock Tunnel, we're going to make a beeline for the game corner. We'll skip Erica, because, I mean, she's Grass type, and we're Ground type, and we're slow, and her special moves are pretty good. Then we clear Lavender Tower, and then we go get Earthquake from Silph. Speaking of the game corner, I don't think Giovanni is going to be very difficult here because we have Bone Club to deal with Onix and Rhyhorn. With same type, it is still our strongest move, but I figure against Persian, we'll just go for Body Slam just for, you know, the consistent accuracy. And we top Bubble Beam over Water Gun because it is stronger, so why not make use of it? Onix and Rhyhorn super easy, as Persian comes out, Growl whatever, because we crit it with Body Slam. Critical hits are determined by a Pokemon's base speed, and Cubone's pretty slow, so it doesn't have a very likely chance to crit, so we're going to savior those anytime they happen. And as we discussed a minute ago, we're going to go ahead and head straight to Lavender, battle our rival. Now, this could be a bit scary because Fearow does have Mirror Move. I don't want a Mirror Moving Body Slam and paralyzing us, but that could happen. Thankfully, we don't get either. We're able to take out Fearow without taking damage, but it does hit us with Leer and Growl once, so we are debuffed going forward. Bone Club one-shots Vulpix, and that critical hit is such overkill, but I'm cool with it. Out comes Magnemite, also a one-shot with Bone Club being Electric type only in Generation 1. And of course, we're going to one-shot the level 20 Sandshrew with Bubble Beam. And well, this is the last fight our rival's going to have his base Eevee, so not much to worry about here. We do bring it to a sliver off of 2 Body Slams, and I mean, they can't do anything to us, so yeah, we're fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to make a little trip to Silph, get to the 10th floor, beat them a Choke Trainer, get the Carbos, the Rare Candy, and TM26 from there. Then we're going to go fight Erica, because I think with Earthquake we can at least make short work of her part Poison-type Grass types. But she does lead off with Tangela, so this could be hard. Those of you who are used to red and blue know that Tangela, back in that game, only has Constrict and Bind. In this game, she leads off with it. It's higher level, and it's really no joke. Case in point, we don't get any body slam paralysis in this fight, and Tangela is able to take us out by itself. And on our next try, Tangela proceeds to straight up take us behind the woodshed. But if we can beat Tangela, I think that we're good to go. I could teach Ice Beam, but don't want to just yet, just in case we don't have to. Well, with that paralysis luck, we certainly don't. Next out is Weepin' Bell, and we're able to one-shot it with Earthquake. Thankfully, it does have Razor Leaf, a move with a super high crit chance in this game. We'll miss a stun spore, so yeah, Erica goes down. Now, we're gonna go take on Koga next. His team is wildly different in this game, with 3 Venonat and a Venomoth, so Earthquake isn't going to be an instant win like you might think. That said, I want to just try this at least, just to see how we match up, try it a couple times. 2 of his Venonat have Sleep Powder as well, which they'll always go for due to the way AI works in Gen 1. And leading off, Earthquake does pretty solid damage to Venonat. Now, we do get put to sleep, but we immediately wake up and Koga wastes time with an X attack. We'll switch to Body Slam to finish it off. Second Venonat, Earthquake does about 2/3. The Psybeam deals 21 damage to us, and the follow-up Earthquake takes down Venonat number 2. Venonat number 3 takes about 2/3, goes for Sleep Powder. We do fall asleep, but we wake up immediately, get hit by Double Edge, and finish it off. However, next up and last is a level 50 Venomoth. It's faster, goes for a double team. Thankfully, Earthquake hits does just under half. Hits us with Leash Life. We'll go for Body Slam, hope for the paralysis. Don't get it, unfortunately, but we do hit. Psychic brings us to 8. Earthquake hits and finishes off Venomoth. Wow. Oh my god. I honestly didn't expect to win that first try. That was awesome. Back to Silphco to fight our rival, who has a much stronger team than he had over at Lavender Tower. The rival leads off with Sand Slash. We deal about half damage with the Bubble Beam. Swift does 13 damage to us. Earthquake doesn't finish it, but our rival uses a potion. A follow-up Bubble Beam takes down the Sand Slash. No, I don't want to learn Rage at level 46. What a terrible move anyway. But yeah, Magneton, we're faster. I'm surprised by that. Take it out with Earthquake easily. Ninetales is next, outspeeds us, hits us with a Tail Whip, no big deal. 1 Earthquake takes it out. I'm sure we didn't need that crit either. Kadabra misses Disable, that's sweet. Disable just picks a random move to disable, so pretty bad in Gen 1. Anyway, Earthquake does over half to Vaporeon, that's nice. Aurora Beam does all of our health with a crit, of course. I have the feeling this is going to take a couple of tries, but honestly, we did a lot better than I thought we would, considering that our level lead is pretty small, especially against Vaporeon. Now, this attempt coming up here is pretty funny, because we do Excelsior against the rest of the team, and as Vaporeon comes back out, well, Vaporeon's like, yeah, I love critical hits, so enjoy a critical hit water gun, and it takes us out. Just gotta keep trying. I know that RNGesus-kun will smile upon me eventually. And I figure it's best to teach Ice Beam here. It's going to be better against Sand Slash. It's a lot stronger than Bubble Beam, and it can freeze. And I mean, Cubone's not going to be great with Ice Beam, but having the type coverage is pretty awesome. And we've seen that Earthquake deals less damage than Bubble Beam, so Ice Beam, of course, is going to deal more damage to Sand Slash. This time, Kadabra does hit us for almost 40 damage with Confusion. And Vaporeon doesn't crit us, although still does a lot of damage, but that allows us to 2-shot Vaporeon with Earthquake. Nice. Now, between our 2 gym leaders remaining before we can unlock the 8th, I figure we're going to go ahead and go for Sabrina. She's right in town. We have Earthquake. We hit pretty hard with it, and her team is super fair. I'm just going to talk over Giovanni. It's an extremely easy fight. And might as well take out some of the Ghost-type trainers inside of Sabrina's gym because they're part Poison-type, and we can just sweep them with Earthquake. And, you know, more experience points is always great. From there, we'll swing on down to Cinnabar Island, fight Blaine, hope we can beat him because we are super effective against Blaine, but his entire team has pretty strong fire moves, and they're all level 50 as well. Speaking of level 50, Sabrina's level 50 Abra, even with the X defend, no match for Cubone Earthquake. Kadabra's next is faster, and thank god it misses with Kinesis, and we're able to take it out with 1 Earthquake, loving it. Alakazam turn 1 recover at full health, Galaxy Brain play right there. Earthquake isn't a one-shot, allowing Alakazam to hit us with Psywave for better damage than it normally deals, but, you know, moot point because it's a 2-shot. Now, as we go into Blaine's fight, his entire team is going to outspeed us because, I mean, we have base, 30 speed, 35 speed or something? But for Ninetales, that's kind of a moot point. Could have gone for Flamethrower, but Tail Whip is apparently a lot more interesting to Blaine. Out comes Rapidash, and even with our defense dropped, Stomp doesn't do all that much. Earthquake, however, does all of the damage to Rapidash. Last is Arcanine, comes out, hits us for a lot of damage with Takedown. Even with the recoil, Earthquake doesn't quite take it out. And it goes for Reflect, just like in my Tentacool run. Oh man, Gen 1 is just amazing sometimes. With all 7 gyms down, we can now go fight Giovanni at Viridian City, but he's actually going to be pretty hard because he leads off with a level 50 Dugtrio, which is much faster than us. And although Giovanni wastes his first turn with a Guard Spec Earthquake, almost a one-shot, shame that it's not, because we get hit by Sand Attack. Wonderful. Thankfully against Persian, we don't miss with the first Earthquake. But being that it's faster, gets one more turn to attack, hits us with a critical slash for a ton of our health. And we don't miss, that's awesome. Next up is Nidoqueen, hits us with double kick for a bit of damage, and Earthquake comes oh so close but so far away from a one-shot. Nidoqueen hits us with Earthquake while we miss ours. She hits us with double kick and Ice Beam takes her down. Cubone and Nidoking both miss their respective attacks, however next turn, double kick brings us to 12 health. We miss Giovanni Guard Specs and we hit with Earthquake again. And apparently Leer is a good idea, and we do not miss with Body Slams or a Rhydon, that's awesome. However, we again miss with Ice Beam and Rhydon hits us with Fury Attack. Well, we still did pretty good despite that accuracy drop. I mean, our next try's gotta go pretty good, right? Well, you'd think so, but Dugtrio being faster can just use Fissure and end the fight in the first hit. Every Pokemon at Giovanni's disposal has something that makes this fight particularly dangerous, including his Rhydon, which is pretty pathetic in Red and Blue. Giovanni's team in Yellow is really awesome, really good. I'd go as far as to say his gym is the best of the 8 in Yellow, and it should be because he is the 8th gym leader. It's such a monumental upgrade from Red and Blue, man, like, it's just night and day. Oh, and check this out, he goes for Dig, right? So we go for Earthquake, and we miss. Yeah, that's a 1 in 256 chance of happening. Hey, you saw me pause there for a long sec. I remember looking at the screen and being like, are you kidding me right now? But yeah, Dugtrio turns out as a damage range. That's pretty nice. And Persian goes the same as it did in the first fight, dealing just a little less damage. Nidoqueen's a 2-shot with Earthquake and Ice Beam. The same with Nidoking, although Nidoking does bring us down super low with his own Earthquake. 34 health going into Rhydon, that's not great. Ice Beam brings Rhydon below half, and thankfully Fury Attack is only a 3-hitter. Man, our high defense really saved our butts this fight. Well, that was without a doubt the hardest fight we've had in this challenge up to this point, and Rival 6 is Silph-Co, but stronger. So I anticipate him taking quite a few tries as well. Once again, leading off with Sand Slash, and Ice Beam does great damage to Sand Slash. Sand Slash retaliates with a critical slash of his own. Even so, under 40 damage, man, Cubone's defense is so good. Ice Beam does not one-shot Execute, it goes for Leech Seed. I'll gladly take that over Stun Spore. Following up Execute as Magneton, and we are faster, so that's just going to be a free kill for us with Earthquake. Ninetales is next, outspeeds us, hits us pretty hard with Ember considering how weak it is, and it doesn't matter though because one Earthquake, down it goes. And well, next up is Kadabra, and Psybeam brings us all the way to 18 health, and we do take it out in one hit, but this isn't looking good. Alright, against Vaporeon, Earthquake deals a little over half, and Leech Seed heals up by a little bit, and it goes for Haze. Well, one more chance to finish it off. Alright, it's do or die. Let's go, Earthquake, come on. Oh, man. Oh, that was amazing. I love Generation 1. As awesome as that was, however, we're going to have to level up quite a bit, and fortunately there's plenty of trainers still on the map, there's a ton in Victory Road, and we have all of our rare candies, so the next time you see us is we're going to be squaring down against Lorelei. And, well, we're going to have just a bit of a level jump here. Considering that Lorelei has water and ice moves, yeah, I imagine this is going to take quite a while. Moves like Blizzard, Hydro Pump, Surf, and Ice Beam, yeah, it's going to be awesome. But something that is genuinely awesome is the damage we deal to Dugong with Earthquake. That's almost a one-shot, very cool. I'm not thrilled about Aurora Beam's damage, but hey, at least it's not Ice Beam, right? Against Cloyster, we'll use Fire Blast. Cloyster's physical defense is great, but its special is not so much. And yeah, with Clamp, that is good game, but honestly, a Clamp miss isn't that unlikely. We should be alright. I'd say that's a lot better, but we still only got 2 Pokemon into the fight, so I might want to hold my tongue on that. What I found kind of unusual, too, is that we brought Dugong down super low, but Lorelei didn't heal Dugong like she likes to do, at least in Red and Blue. Maybe that's changed in Yellow. But I also don't mind it because, hey, it's a bit more challenging that way. So basically, as long as Dugong doesn't crit us or get an attack drop off of Aurora Beam, we don't have too much to worry about. Now, against Cloyster, we hit with Fire Blast and Burn, and it misses Clamp. Oh yeah. With Cloyster's health that low, we'll go ahead and switch to Earthquake. That way we're guaranteed to hit, not counting the 1 in 256 programming feature. We're not out of the woods yet by any stretch. Slowbro takes quite a bit off of Earthquake, and Surf? I'm surprised we survived that. I bet that was a super low damage roll. Now, I'll tell you what does surprise me as Jynx comes out here. It's probably the fastest Pokemon on this team. But even with our low speed, we do outspeed it. But what doesn't surprise me is one-shotting it. Jynx is super frail physically. Unfortunately, Lapras comes out and does not miss with Blizzard. I bet you thought we were going to win that one. But honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about this fight. I was pretty scared of it. I thought we had to be at least level 80, but we should be able to win this right here, right now, with just a bit of luck. No crit from Bubble Beam, so bye-bye Dugong. Fire Blast again burns Cloyster. We get hit by Ice Beam and survive. Again, wasn't expecting that. But with 12 health, I mean, Slowbro's gonna finish us off. Unless he goes for Withdraw. It's fine, too. We leave Slowbro with a Sliver, and love Withdraw, do you, Lorelei? We know that we outspeed Jynx, so that's an easy XP snack right there. And a super timely critical hit against Lapras. Oh, yeah. Now, in preparation for Agatha, having Earthquake and her Ghost not having Levitate is going to make this not too bad. In yellow, her team is a lot less annoying. I mean, yeah, we're talking over Bruno, but, like, he can't do anything to us. He did, like, 18 damage to us that entire fight. And now, before we do go fight Agatha, I'm just going to do a little roll call here, check on my power points, make sure I'm fully healed, all that good stuff. While her team is less dangerous in yellow, her opening Gengar does know Mega Drain, and can be pretty annoying if she paralyzes us with Lick. But yeah, outside of battle, using a full restore, gonna heal up some of our power points with one of my power point restoring items. I have quite a few of them. So let's go ahead and take on Agatha. Turn 1 Gengar goes for Substitute, kind of annoying since that kind of soaks up one of our Earthquakes. Turn 2 goes for Lick, thankfully doesn't paralyze us, and yeah, easy one-shot. Next up is Golbat. Thankfully we are faster, and Ice Beam does a lot of damage. Unfortunately, we do get hit by Coin Flip Accuracy Supersonic. We hit ourselves, Agatha heals with a Super Potion, we break out of confusion very early, very nice, by Golbat. We outspeed Haunter, bye-bye. And Arbok we also outspeed and one-shot. Gengar puts us to sleep, we wake right up, good because I was going to use Dream Eater, and down it goes to a single Earthquake. That was a super clean Agatha fight, that was sweet. Kinda makes me feel like river dancing. And now, before we battle Lance, we're gonna go ahead and do one more roll call here, and we are going to replace Fire Blast with Blizzard. Fire Blast is great, but Blizzard will be super effective against Sand Slash and Executor, and is just a little bit more accurate here in Generation 1 with 90 accuracy over Fire Blast's 85. But we have to get by Lance, who leads off with a Gyarados with Hydro Pump, so wish me luck. And I have to say, things start off extremely well, as not only does Blizzard not miss, but we get a sweet critical hit, does a lot of damage, and Hydro Pump misses. Alright, another Blizzard, another crit. Wow, that's awesome. Oh, I think we just won. Hopefully Ice Beam one-shots. It does? Oh, yeah. That means Dragonair number 2, it's identical to the first one, is also going to go down to Ice Beam. I thought maybe we get a low damage roll or something, but nope. Aerodactyl is faster, and man, that Hyper Beam was pitiful. Ice Beam isn't a one-shot, that's okay. Lance heals, Body Slam does a little bit, and we can finish it off with Ice Beam. We take no more damage there because Aerodactyl has to recharge, and Dragonite is last, but yeah, definitely least here because it's double weak to Ice. We have Blizzard, it doesn't miss. Yeah, good night, Irene. Nobody sticks around long after taking a finisher like that. And as far as the champion goes, I am a bit concerned even with the Blizzard because Alakazam is going to be faster, and if it crits us or drops our special with Psychic, we're in a lot of trouble. And of course, Vaporeon has Hydro Pump, so even if we get super good luck, that'll end us right there. Well, we start off real strong as Blizzard one-shots Sand Slash. I mean, kind of saw that coming, but it's still awesome to see because we have low special, so awesome, great start. Alakazam is next, obviously is faster, does about a third of our health with Psybeam. Thankfully, we don't get confused off of it. And thankfully, Alakazam is made of tissue paper, one Earthquake, and it's done. Executor is next, and Blizzard will deal great damage, but it has a massive special score in this game. And because we're ground type, it'll only ever go for Leech Seed. Thanks, Generation 1 AI. And I get a little cheeky here going for Fissure. Neither of them hit, but this actually has accidental strategic value because 2 Body Slams are gonna end up taking this thing out. because we got it just out of range of a full restore. Ninetales comes out next, is faster, slips into Confuse Ray, which is annoying, but thankfully we do not hit ourselves, that's rare for me, and we take it out with a single Earthquake. As Magneton comes out, we are still confused, but we power through it again, and obviously Magneton's going to be a one-shot. It hasn't been a problem at all this run. Now, as Vaporeon comes out, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go for Fissure because it's gonna take us out with Hydro Pump. We do hit ourselves, unfortunately. Well, going for Mist, avoiding all 0 status moves I have. Well, at 68 health, Hydro Pump will knock me out. No way! Oh, man. Oh, that was the most Gen 1 champion fight ever. Using Fissure, having it miss, only for us to strategize and take out Executor with 2 body slams, and then hitting the Pokemon Champion's evolution to finish the fight. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, man, that run was that was a special run. That was so much fun. People could say what they want about Generation 1, but man, you never know what you're getting into when you do Generation 1 based challenges because of the way the game is made. The limitations, thanks to trying to fit this game on a tiny OG Game Boy cartridge, but I digress. I really hope you guys had fun with that run. I had a blast with that. Next up is going to be Pokemon Emerald with a single Aron. I'll see you there. Later.